There aren't many specifics available regarding the Green Lantern Project Lanterns that DC Studios is working on, despite James Gunn's announcement that it's in the works. This intended DC original would explore the lives and abilities of multiple Green Lantern ring bearers, as the title makes clear. Lanterns, which was revealed as a new addition to the DC movie universe, will be a novel interpretation of the title comics. Let's learn more about it together. James Gunn, a writer and director, just joined DC Studios as co-chairman and co-CEO, adding a crucial component to the future of the film and television productions. This week, the men, producer Peter Safran included, unveiled a strategy about the fate of well-known superheroes and villains who fall under the DC Comics banner. The Green Lantern television series, Lanterns, will set the standard for future changes to the DC universe. In addition to having a ton of initiatives planned for the upcoming years, the DC Universe will eventually release Lanterns for streaming on television, along with stories about Wonder Woman's beginnings, obscure superheroes from the 1980s, and even more portrayals of Superman and Batman's dependable pals. This Green Lantern live-action series is a noteworthy addition. What is known about the upcoming DC Universe TV series Lanterns is as follows. Regarding DC's animation endeavors, the Green Lantern in the DC animated universe, Jon Stewart has established himself as a prominent hero through the television programs Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. This was replaced by a brief animated Green Lantern series that highlighted other Lanterns, including Guy Garner and Kilowog. Regarding live-action films, the Green Lantern Corps met a catastrophic end in Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern 2011, which stands as one of the worst superhero flicks ever produced. But with James Gunn trying to reimagine DC's movies and television series as its new creative director, Lanterns could be a welcome change. Co-CEOs of DC Studios Peter Safran and James Gunn intend to address past franchise issues while resuming DC's cinematic endeavors after shelving a number of DC Extended Universe projects. On January 31, 2023, Gunn finally provided some clarification when he revealed 10 new films and television series, including Lanterns. Gunn revealed that Lanterns would be an HBO live-action series that would primarily focus on the characters Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, making a connection to the other new DC films and television programs. The project was revealed with a slew of other hilarious titles, including a new Superman film and a Wonder Woman prequel of Game of Thrones. Lanterns release date. Lanterns' official release date is unknown, but based on the order in which Gunn revealed DC's upcoming projects, it is quite likely that the program will premiere after Superman Legacy, which has a July 11, 2025 hard release date. Gunn discussed Lanterns immediately after bringing up the upcoming Superman movie. He then delves into the ensemble anti-hero movie The Authority, which means that Lanterns will probably premiere on HBO in between Superman Legacy and The Authority. The show is going into its early production phase, so viewers will have to wait for at least another year and a half. Lanterns trailer. It will be some time before we see Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart for the first time, as Lanterns is still in very early pre-production and filming won't start until later. As far as promotional content goes, all we have is James Gunn's introduction video, in which he divulges the locations of Lanterns and the remainder of the slate for the Gods and Monsters phase. Regarding Lanterns, the comic image appears to feature Jon Stewart cloaked in the darker yellow hue and Hal Jordan covered in the recognizable green aura, maybe revealing some narrative points for the show. Lanterns cast. For yet, DC Studios has not disclosed any information regarding casting, but it's clear that the two leads, Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, will serve as the ensemble's central figures. Although Gunn did say that there might be a few more Green Lanterns scattered throughout the series, it was implied that many more actors would make cameos. Given that Gunn wants to start over with DC titles, it seems unlikely that Ryan Reynolds will take on the green comic book role again. But it would be a fascinating move if Reynolds wore the green suit once more for the sake of fan service, ideally without using a lot of CGI this time. As it stands, the reappearance of Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton as Batman in The Flash, and Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man. No Way Home demonstrate how effective these kinds of actor comebacks can be in creating buzz. Lanterns is different from the HBO Max show. Greg Berlanti, who has contributed to the idea of numerous shows in the CW's DC Arrowverse brand, had shown his interest in creating a series centered on the Emerald Knights prior to Gunn's statement. Even though the DCEU, also known as the Snyderverse, was unclear about the Green Lantern show's position, the casting department began work on it as soon as it was originally revealed in 2019. The possible HBO Max original was supposed to star Finn Wittrock, who had starred in Ratched: An American Horror Story, as Guy Gardner in 2021. Jeremy Irvine, who previously starred in War Horse, was supposed to play fellow Green Lantern Alan Scott. Gunn's eventual strategy differed greatly from Berlanti's original idea because at that time, no information about Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart was in the works. Actually, Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz were supposed to be among the other Green Lanterns in the HBO Max original. Jon Stewart, who was supposed to play Green Lantern in Zack Snyder's Justice League, was later replaced by Martian Manhunter in the scene. However, there was still no word on whether Wayne T. Karras Stewart will show up in the Berlanti series. The prior Green Lantern series is still canceled though, since Gunn redesigned the DC Studios roadmap under the same arc title, Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters, Lantern's Story Details. Based on what James Gunn has disclosed, the plot of the upcoming Green Lantern series from the DCU would resemble a crime thriller, a la True Detective, with the two Green Lanterns attempting to solve a mystery that would link the series to the wider narrative that Gunn's suggested Gods and Monsters arc would delve into. The majority of the action will take place on Earth, which is not only the planet that Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan are native to, but also the precinct that they are tasked with protecting, as Gunn described it as a terrestrial-based mystery. As such, the pair would function more as space cops than as superheroes. The new DC slate reveal is willing to be open to varied creative ideas instead of only adhering to tired superhero tropes, as seen by the True Detective style. Given Gunn's reluctance to revisit his character's genesis, Lanterns would present its title characters as well-known heroes. Their task is to unravel a long-standing mystery that could have far-reaching effects on both the Green Lanterns and the plot of the DC Universe's rebirth. It's also plausible that, similar to the comics, the Earth-based plot of the first season gives way to more galactic arcs in later seasons. Lanterns is a bold endeavor for the DCU. It's interesting to note that Lantern's creative inspiration was HBO's True Detective, exposing a genre apart from the traditional superhero formula. But the journey doesn't end here. We have much more interesting content on all topics, and much more in store for you. Make sure you're subscribed and click the notification bell to stay updated.